Alright. For a second there, I thought the game would start without me being ready. Welcome to Beacon Pines. I know. I'm very sorry for the person that voted for the Centennial case. We will get to that game right after Yakuza 8. It's just... that it would have taken roughly 30 hours to complete everything, knowing my playstyle. It's probably gonna take longer, so I was like, alright. Or was it 20 hours? Anyways, something like that. And Beacon Pines is roughly 16 hours, apparently. We'll get to it, alright? Alright. Anyway. Let us hop right into this game. It is kind of your own storybook type of thing going on. You tell your own story as far as I could see from the store page. So yeah, I'm curious as to how this goes, what will retest as we go in there, what kind of story is going to be told. Sorry. Alright. Let's hop right in.
Dear reader, allow me to introduce you to my book. Though it might at first appear like many books you've come across, it is far from ordinary. You may, therefore, have some misunderstandings about its nature. The story that awaits you has not been fully told. In fact, its conclusion is not yet known, even to myself.
Oh. Nice, actually. I was kind of expecting a deep male voice. That's normally the preference when it comes to these types of narrators that you have to listen to for a while. And I have to agree. Male voices do sound nicer most of the time, especially the darker, deeper ones. And our narrator here sounds very young, which is also not very common, which is nice. Breaking with tradition. Let's go. I would just love an auto advance feature. Maybe there is one and I just can't see it. No.
It is in that way that my book is special. It is in that way that you are special. Without you, there is no story. Chapter 1. Normal isn't what it used to be. This is a story about change. Nestled in a shallow valley is the town of Beacon Pines. Far from the town square, across the river, past the neglected welcome sign, a young boy walks alone at dawn. His name is Luca Van Horn, and like you, dear reader, he's here for a reason.
To visit a grave? How sad. Hey, Dad! How are things going? Today is the very first day of summer vacation. I start middle school next year, I guess. I was 6 years old when you died. And it's been 6 years now. From here on out, you have been gone longer than you were here. Feels like that should mean something. Mom always said that this tree was your favorite spot in the world. Me too. Hey, Luca. I knew I'd find you here.
Rollo was Luca's closest friend. He possessed many fine qualities, but subtlety was not one of them.
Well, after I banged on your door till your gran answered, and after I checked the pond and climbed up to the treehouse. Then I knew I'd find you here.
Rollo finally noticed the tears welling in his friend's eyes and the flowers on the grave.
Wow. It's sensitive is an understatement here. Oh, yeah. Right. You and your mom always did this on your dad's birthday. Yeah. I didn't know if you were going to keep doing it now that your mom's gone too. And the mom's grave is not at the same spot. Okay. Why wouldn't he go here just because his mom isn't here anymore? She's not gone. Ah, she's just missing. Sorry, I meant to say since she went missing. She's gonna come back, Rollo. Of course she is. Okay, Dad. See you next time. I think I'm ready to get out of here. Sure, lead the way. Come here. Can I interact with it again? Jump. Wee. Wee. Wah. Oh. Let me hide. That. Wee. Do I get an achievement for that? Pickle. Yeah. Pickle.
Wonderful! I had a good feeling about you from the moment you opened my book. That charm is a very special thing. Very special indeed. Keep hold of it for now. Its purpose will reveal itself soon enough.
Okay. Can I trade all of them? One, two. Or am I too slow? No, apparently I can't. Ah. No. Okay, I am too slow. Sad. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. The whole reason I was looking for you. I was wondering if you'd ever get to that. Oh, perfect way to start our summer. How's that?
Rollo looked to the side suspiciously.
Understandably so. Not here. They might be watching. They who? Shh. Not so loud. We need to do this in a secure location. Mission control. Alright, just have to tell Gran and then we can head out. What are you gonna tell her? I don't know. I'll think of something. If it's all the same to you, I'll meet you at the welcome sign. Your Gran still kinda wigs me out. I don't do well with new people. She moved in like half a year ago. Just meet me at the sign when you're done. Suit yourself. Won't be long. Tell Gran before heading out with the Rollo. Can I move? Okay. Thanks. Okay, there we go. Whee!
Dear reader, forgive me for this interlude. Remember that charm you found in the dandelion patch? There are more of those special charms to discover throughout Beacon Pines. They've been known to reveal themselves to those who are willing. Some of them can be found in this very house.
Ooh. Okay, and how do I...
Since Gran had moved in, the house was more peaceful, more orderly, and more covered in flowery fabric.
Okay. I'm not big enough to get on the sofa. The poor dude is 12 years old. Ponder. Ooh. Well. It's one way of getting up.
Gran had already lit the fire. She kept a warm house, as if by grandmotherly obligation.
Where is Gran? Gran? You upstairs?
Luca paused at his parents' bedroom door. He just wasn't ready to go in yet. Gran had commandeered the upstairs closet when she moved in. Some things need shelter from a young boy's mischief, she said.
Gran.
Luca tossed on his favorite old sweater. Even though it was the first day of summer, a chill still hung in the air.
So many charms.
Gran's moving in meant that most of Luca's things had been crammed in the corner. Luca was somewhat annoyed by the situation.
It's kind of my living situation.
Gran's bed was undisturbed. Luca didn't mind that she had a habit of falling asleep in front of the fireplace. It meant that he could read late into the night.
Ah, a boy to my heart. Reading. Gran, are you in the kitchen? Where is she?
An array of prepared meals crowded the refrigerator, each labeled with the day of the week. A pair of dull scissors, a broken can opener, a mostly empty bottle of glue, and some loose string.
Junk. Goodness.
The only piece of furniture Gran had brought when she moved in was an old hutch.
Okay. What's with that judgmental tone, though?
Oh my, this is quite exciting. I am now certain that you are the one I've been waiting for all these years. You'll recall I was a bit coy regarding the use of charms earlier. Excuse me, I tend to have a flair for the dramatic. You are about to encounter your first turning point. There are certain times in this tale when everything hinges on a single word. Step forth, dear reader.
Okay. Hey,
A
Gran.
beginner's guide to gardening laid open on the bench.
Hey, Gran. I'm gonna go hang with Rolo for the day. See you later. Hold up now. Where are you and Rolo headed? Exactly. Oh, nowhere
The
special.
less Gran knew, the better for everyone involved.
We're just gonna go chill for the day.
We were just gonna go chill for the day.
We're just gonna go chill for the day.
Best lies are built on truth.
You boys are always in a hurry to do nothing. We stick to what we're good at. Well, make sure you are done chilling in time for supper.
Easy. Impressive. You've managed to navigate your first turning point without too much of a mess.
So those charms are words I can use in the story. Okay. The other two just didn't make much sense now, did they?
That is the power of charms. A single word can change everything.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's time to introduce you to the Chronicle.
Ooh. Yeah. Hello? This one? Oh.
The Chronicle is a record of the decisions you've made. You can see the turning point, which has been revealed. At any time, you can use the Chronicle to go back and invoke different charms, creating new branches. Luckily for us, this is the one and only turning point where the charms won't dramatically alter fate. It's the perfect opportunity to experiment with rewriting things.
Ponder. Oh well, let's ponder for the day, I guess.
We were just gonna go ponder for the day.
Oh, really? What are you boys going to ponder on such a lovely day exactly?
This was Luca's chance to sell his alibi.
You know, big stuff, small stuff, medium, mostly medium pondering.
Nailed it.
That's the judgmental tone, though. Well, make sure you don't overburden yourself with a preponderance of pondering. Oh, forget it. Off with you now. Okay, how much did that change? It didn't really have any impact on anything, so... Oh well. Oh, I have to? Sorry.
We're just gonna go
Chill for the day. You.
But that's easy.
Okay. No. Let us flee from Gran. Oh, and Luca. You and Rolo stay out of trouble. I know. Get into trouble with Rolo. La 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 la. Come on. Whee! Dang it, Rolo.
For a town that saw few visitors, the welcome was perhaps more grand than necessary.
Whee! You know the drill. Don't let anyone discover our secret path. Right.
Chapter 2. Welcome to Beacon Pines. For many years, this valley had been a small mining outpost. It wasn't until Sharper Valentine built his fertilizer company that Beacon Pines was established. Over the next 30 years, the town had grown and prospered.
I just realized I forgot to change the... Yep, I forgot to change the hashtags for YouTube. Oh wow! We are playing now Beacon Pine / this is that we made.
Until the foul harvest and his sudden death. In the 6 years since, everyone was simply trying to get by.
What's the same? Old Pigless Pond, alright. Yo. Hey, Jetson! Is the line playing any tunes today? No bites this morning, I'm afraid. Come to think of it, I can't remember the last time I reeled one in. But it was never about the catch. This is where I come to think. Yeah, that's what my dad used to do too. It reminds me, if you ever want his chair back, I've taken to standing recently. Keeps me from falling asleep at the rail. If you don't mind, I think I should stay. Not at all. An empty chair makes for a great listener.
Whenever Luca saw his dad's chair by the pond, it reminded him of the days they'd pack up a couple of sandwiches and fish until sundown.
No. Yo. Go pick out your bait from the tackle box, Buckaroo.
Luca opened the tackle box and picked the perfect bait. Luca gently baited a feather onto the hook. Good for skimming the surface.
Easy there, Buckaroo. You don't know your own strength.
Luca
Yeah, let's try that
gently
again.
Good for skimming.
La 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 la. We got this. Luca, let's go. Don't let it Yeah. Aww. A little ducky. Oh, I'll be switched. It's your old rubber ducky. You were just a little drooling ball of fur when you lost that. Cried for days. Told ya it would turn up.
Luca tied a shoestring to the hook. What fish could resist a nice shoestring?
All of them? Would be nice if there was more of an indicator as to when you put too much pressure on it. I'm so used to it that to flashing red before it breaks in all the other fishing type games. Why do you think the other one is? Hard to say. Sometimes things drift away. That's not fair. No, it's not. Well, wherever it is, I hope that other boot at least has a sock to keep you company. Looks like we could use some new bait. What do you say we head out and find some more? Okay, how do I do that? Can I use those again? What's that? No?
Luca gently baited for skimming.
So I can come back here when I have more bait? Is that it? Mission control. Authorized personnel only. Aww. Okay, you know what? Let's go check out some more bait possibilities. Anybody want to talk to me? Hey, Mr. Kerr. Hey, that
William
pal.
Kerr was the CEO of Perennial Harvest Company. He had become a fixture around town over the past few years. After the failing of Valentine fertilizer, the town was hungry to welcome a new source of employment.
Excited for the big festival? Oh, sure. Come on now, when I was your age, there was nothing more exciting than a town festival. The food, the music, the dancing. Sounds pretty alright. And gosh dang right it is. I'm looking forward to letting off some steam myself. Make sure to invite all of your little friends. Why does it sound like you want to eat us? Huh? I couldn't keep Rolo away if I tried. Excellent. Sorry, Luca. I've got to get back to the proverbial grindstone. Our harvest awaits and all that. Oh, now. The left side's a little low. Sorry, young man Van Horn. Oh, young Mr. Van Horn. Don't talk now. Very busy with preparation.
Mayor Augustus Valentine was not busy.
He looks so sad. Can I pet him? Oh, sorry, guys. How many times do I... It's my
Flustered, Gus instinctively loosened his tie.
Keep up the good work. I must briefly attend to a concerned citizen. Hi, Zergs. Have a great evening as well and enjoy it. I hope you feel better soon. Huh? Nothing. Keep at it. Alright, what can the mayor of Beacon Pines do for you today? Oh, just saying hi, I guess. Well, good day to you too, young Mr. Van Horn. Nobody wants to talk to me. Oh, what's this? Ah, I look cool. Yeah. Look at me looking cool. Aren't I the coolest? Nobody appreciates my coolness. Okay. Can I look cool on this side as well? No. That. Hey, Mr. Sinclair.
Mr. Sinclair continued snoring and lifted one eyelid just enough to see who it was. a tactic he often used to avoid undesirable conversation.
Good idea. Yoo-hoo, Mr. Sinclair. Don't you see I'm sleeping, boy? How's the napping today? Crummy as always. Used to have a perfectly nice view from here. The perennial harvest, but that monstrosity of a building in the way. Why don't you just move your chair a bit? Why should I be the one that moves? If it's a showdown they want, I ain't gonna be the one who blinks. Come on, Andy, grab his wallet. I'm sorry, Iggy, I can't. Do it or we pound ya. Yep. Yeah, but my mom said... Yeah, but... If I had a nickel for every yeah, but... I'd be the freaking king of nickels. Ain't that right, Tish? Yep. Oh, the poor baby. Mr. Van Horn, do you have a moment? It's just Luca. Golly, I'm sorry. It's my first week at Perennial Harvest.
He pulled a pen from the pocket of his sweater vest and began to frantically jot something down on a clipboard.
Wonderful. It won't happen again. If we are going to be on a first-name basis, then you can call me Pete. Oh, nice to meet you, Pete. Sorry, what are you writing? Oh, just documenting. My gosh, it's exciting to be a part of something so darn special. You know, it's not just about new fountains and phone booths. We're gonna change the world. And it all starts here, at Beacon Pines. Isn't that amazing? Uh-huh. Anyway, I'd better get. Oh, that reminds me. We'd love to hear your thoughts. My thoughts? You bet. If we're gonna change this town, we need to get every detail right. That sounds intense. Changing the world is intense. So, what do you say? Could you answer a few questions? Well, I guess if it's quick. Wonderful. Open to answering a few quick questions. One down. See, it's not that hard, is it? Okay, we're going already. Question 2. What is something you love about Beacon Pines? I've never really thought about it before. Perfect. It's the only place I've left. See, that wasn't so painful.
He stopped scribbling and glanced up from the clipboard.
Was it? I guess not. Huzzah! First 3 questions answered in record time. Are you literally writing down everything? Thank you so much for your time. I need to process these answers. We can save the rest of your thoughts for later. Okay. Our harvest awaits. Hello? Alright, Rolo's waiting up at the treehouse. Just wanted to learn some more skill. I mean... charms. Whatever. What do we have here?
The boys had a good thing going. As long as they kept old Jeff happy, they had an endless source of precious materials to add to the treehouse.
How cute. Alright.
After Luca's father had passed, Rolo became obsessed with them building their own Hank atomic star scraper. It was some time before Luca realized it was Rolo's way of keeping him occupied.
Mm-hmm. Alright.
On certain nights, when the clouds were just right, the boys could tune into strange patterns of static.
Ooh.
Rolo thinks it's aliens. He always thinks it's aliens. Luca Luca's winter coat decommissioned for the summer. With the cold holding out longer than usual, he reconsidered its usefulness.
Okay. What's this top secret plan to start our summer? So, you know the abandoned warehouse by my place? The old Valentine building? Yeah, well, it isn't abandoned. What makes you think that? Get this. Last night, it was glowing. Glowing? Are you sure? Kinda. That place has been empty since... since the foul harvest? Yeah. Who would even want to poke around that place? We would, Rolo. We would. Wait. It's just a busted old warehouse. I just meant we could do some research at the library. You wanna actually go to the warehouse? What do you expect to find? Answers. My mom's out there, somewhere. And it seems like everyone wants to pretend that she's gone for good. You don't have to come, Rolo, if you don't want to. Luca, remember that time I sort of accidentally burned down the chicken coop? And you jumped in and said it was your fault before my pa throttled me? This is a flaming chicken coop sort of deal. I've got your back. Thanks, Rolo. Now that I think about it, poking around a decrepit fertilizer warehouse is exactly how I want to spend the first day of summer. Can I find something else to interact with? I want more charms. Where are my charms at? Nowhere. Nowhere to be found. So sad. So very sad. There you're at. Hi, Rolo. I'm just in my breath a bit. Go on. I'll catch up. Okay, you didn't have to run, you know. Hey, Mrs. Nelson. Morning, Luca. Any big plans for the summer? Not really. Heard anything about the old fertilizer warehouse? Any strange happenings? Can't say I have. Either way, a dusty old warehouse is no place for a young boy. You be safe now.
Luca could see the morning regulars nestled in their booths at the early bean. Miss Hatch could often be found near the fountain, too absorbed in a book to be distracted.
The two wandered down the wooden path, unaware of the danger ahead. Oh, this is getting good. Why would she read that out loud, though? Piper? Oh, hey, Luca, what's up? You know it's summer break, right? Of course. And it's like, the morning? Alright. And you're studying? Like they say, the early bird gets the proper education required for a successful and fulfilling career later in life. Uh-huh. Hey, Ariel. Hi, Luke. Could you please tell this lazy butt to help out in the cafe? Lumi, Ariel would like you... Luca, let me give you a little gem of advice. If you never do what you don't love, then you'll never work a day in your life. Wow, you're really setting the kid up for success. That's one way of looking at it, I guess.
Holden Wilder ran the local paper of record, the Beacon.
Hey, Mr. Wilder. Morning, Luca. What's the day have in store for you? I was wondering if you heard any news about... News? Oh, the Beacon knows the news that needs knowing. Any news about the old fertilizer warehouse? Nope. Oh. Rolo thought he saw some lights there last night. Oh, Rolo ought to be careful poking around that part of town. The winds of change are blowing. And change is a dangerous animal. Ooh. Luca, just the fella I was looking for. Hey, Roxy, what's up?
Oh, right. Rendezvous with Roxy. This is an important turning point. The first time where your charms will change the course of fate. And currently, we only have one suitable charm at our disposal. Have no fear, we can always return later using the Chronicle once we find more charms. Well, now I'm just rambling. Where were we?
Have you seen my blockhead brother today? He skipped out before breakfast. Well... Not really. No. Can't say I have. Can't say or won't say. Roxy, would I lie to you? Luca, wait up! I almost forgot to tell you. Roxy might be lurking around here. This is one of her favorite places to stand around and be useless. Rolo. So we need to make sure she doesn't spot us. Rolo. Why are you doing that turning thing with your body? What, you're scared? She's harmless. And a jump. And she's right around that corner, isn't she? How did my charm affect anything? Or is it after this? Don't mind me, just over here lurking, uselessly. Oh, hey, sis. Nice weather we're having, eh? Couldn't help but notice you snack out this morning before breakfast. Wasn't hungry. Also couldn't help but notice your morning chores were left unchored. Roxy, I'm gonna level with you. I'm sick and tired of digging up carrots. We all gotta pick up the slack since the foul harvest. Almost every carrot I dig up is rotten. And the rest look like they were hit with Hank Atomic Shrink Array. All the more reason to keep on digging. There's gotta be more to life than puny carrot. Look, Roxy, Luke and I have places to be, so if you don't mind... Oh, I do mind. I'm not gonna catch hell again because of you. So either you march yourself home and harvest those carrots, or I haul you home myself.
Rolo froze as Roxy took a step toward him, cracking her knuckles. Luca knew he had one chance to save his friend from being dragged home.
In the past, he found the best way to deal with an enraged Roxy was to be a little... chill.
In the past, he found the best way to deal with an enraged Roxy was to be a little chill.
Come on, Roxy, it's the first day of summer. The sun's shining. I just want to take it easy. Let's leave tomorrow's problems for tomorrow. It's great and all, but Rolo's problems have a way of becoming my problems. And Pa always says tomorrow's work is best left for yesterday. March, the big oaf. Rats. Expect a full report about the Valentine place. A full report. Investigate the Valentine warehouse alone. Go, Fitz. What are you up to this lovely day? Nope. Cool, cool, cool. Sharper Valentine, founder of Beacon Pines. Never underestimate what a great man can do given time. Sharper Valentine.
A bit much, if you ask me.
Indulgent. Hey, Solomon. Apologies, no time for chit-chat. Can I follow him?
Lucan knew that if he gave up now, he'd never hear the end of it from Rollo.
I just wanted to follow the
Jeff's
dude.
hardware closed down about a year ago. The effects of the foul harvest stretched wide. When there are no crops in the field, tractors don't need fixing.
Looks like the library hasn't opened yet. I'll check back later. Why are the books outside of the library is closed? Luca, my boy, hold up a tick. Oh, hey, Mr. Nuncrete. I was just on my way to... I just saw the last jar of your grandmother's preserves. Can't stock the shelves fast enough, turns out. Hey, that's great, but actually... I guess Juniper will just have to swing by with more of her lovely jam. Uh-huh. Well, don't let this old man slow you down. You just remind her that she still owes me that
A
dance.
promise Gran regretted the second it was made.
Will do. She's a fine woman, that Juniper. Yeah, she's pretty cool, I guess. A real fine woman. Gotta go. Sweeter than any jam on earth. Can I go in there? No. What's that? Anything else to interact with? No, the phone booth.
The phone booth was brand new, part of Perennial Harvest's Beacon Pines Reborn initiative. It didn't see much use.
Yeah, who would they call if everybody lives in town? Right around the corner. Oh, hey, Luca. Hey, Joey. How's the buck hunt going? Not great. Bugs have been shy this week. Bugs get shy? Oh, sure. Bugs aren't that different from people. Sometimes they just want to be left alone. If you're going into Weepwood, just be careful where you step. No bug crunching. Got it. Oh, can't go there. Hello? Anybody? Anything to interact with? There's
The
a bee.
path led
Hi.
into a small hollow at the edge of Weepwood.
Okay, no turning back now. Caution, electrified fence. Is that sign you?
The fence thrummed with a gentle electric buzz.
Okay, so what would Rolo do if he was
Luca
here?
often asked himself what Rollo would do, so that he could rule out that option.
I'm definitely not touching that thing. Can I go back real quick?
Luca knew that if he gave...
Okay. Like this? How to interact with it? Oh.
As sparks flew from the fence, the light atop that section shut off. 2 bulbs remained.
Mm-hmm. Huh? Oops. Take it. Now. That's 2.
One more to go.
And the last one. Let's go. Oh, could have
The
just
fence's
taken that one.
buzzing gave way to silence.
Okay, moment of truth.
Every kid in town knew the old Valentine fertilizer building. Long abandoned, the warehouse once served as the industrial heart of Beacon Pines. Now, it stood only as a reminder of things left behind. The dormant building showed strange signs of life.
Yeah, it looks haunted for sure. Okay, so Rollo wasn't exaggerating for once. What's going on here?
There was only one way to find out.
That smells awful. Too bad Rollo's not here. He'd have no problem poking around in there. Can I not use that?
The hose emitted a subtle sound. It was actively draining some kind of liquid.
Locked.
Luca thought he heard faint sounds coming from the other side of the door. He pressed his ear against the cold metal to hear better.
A zipper? What's
The
that?
sound of footsteps grew louder.
Hello? Okay.
The heavy steel door knocked Luca to the ground. Disoriented, he looked up to see an imposing figure silhouetted in a green glow. It lunged toward him. He tried to scramble away, but felt a gloved hand latch onto his ankle. Luca watched his fingernails leave trails in the dirt as the hand slowly dragged him back through the door, into the lab, into the green light.
This is a story about change.
This is a story about change. It was far from the sort of change Luca imagined for himself. But change is, after all, a dangerous animal. The end? I probably should have warned you about this. There are many paths that our story can take. Most will end in tragedy, but don't let that discourage you. We will find the ending that this story deserves. I just know it. From here on out, a charm will have a check mark when it's been used to its full potential at a given turning point. Now, let's try something different. In the past, he found the best way to deal with an enraged Roxy was to be a little shit.
Sorry. I was listening to something. Make a break for it. What have you done? Ah! Did that little shit just kick me? Run all you want, little twerps. You gotta come home eventually. Sorry. Sorry about that. Rollo can get overexcited sometimes.
Solomon Valentine, current ward of and future successor to the Valentine fortune, huffed as he brushed off his pants.
A town of complete and utter fools. One wonders if it's worth taking anything here seriously. Either way, I'm really sorry. No matter. How are you doing? Me? Yes, with all that business about your mother and whatnot. Oh, I'm getting by. Still no word from her at all? No. That is truly a shame. Your grandmother's taking residence to keep house? Yeah. And how's that going? We mostly stay out of each other's way. You make it sound like she's rarely at home. It's not like that. She just has a lot to do. She's still settling in and trying to figure out how to make ends meet. Indeed. Well, count your blessings. It's better to have a caretaker who's rarely around in lieu of one who tries to compensate by smothering you with attention. That doesn't sound so bad. Trust me when I say it's best to rely on yourself. Family has a way of creating more problems than they solve. So he was running away. Solomon
trifled a gesture toward the approaching heiress Valentine.
Speak of the devil. Do not wander off like that. I am much too busy to be looking all over for you. Apologies, heiress. I was just taking a stroll through town. Strolls are for commoners. You are a Valentine now. I want you to be present for the construction of the History Museum. The future of this town relies on its ability to remember our family's great past. Of course. So close. Is it the same conversation? Yeah. Oh! Boy's got too much of his father in him. So he avoided it since he knows? I win! Fill up. I am the champion! We were racing? Did the road get longer? Like anything ever changes around here. It seemed longer. You're just lightheaded from the run. You really need to pace yourself better next time. Not sure why I would take advice from second place. Has that sign always been there? Wait, what? Caution, electrified fence. No, that's definitely new. Creepy. How are we gonna get around an electric fence? Don't worry, I've got this. Why did you do that? Always says you can figure out what the plan was when you're done. Great. What now? Well, I did my part and established that touching hands is bad. I'm sure you can handle it from here. I'll survive. Supervise. From a safe distance. It's kind of annoying. Whoa, you're a genius. That since I already went through this hole in the fence before, I now had to watch what's his name again? Rolo throw himself at the fence. Oh well. I think that did it. Luca, you never fail to impress.
As the glowing windows of the old warehouse came into view, Rolo began to bounce excitedly.
Check it out! Dang, Rolo, you weren't exaggerating for once. Was there ever any doubt? This definitely needs investigating. Good thing 2 ace detectives are on the case. This is bizarre. This is awesome. Rumble. Ooh. Did you feel that? What? The excitement in the air? You bet your butt I did. Check out this puddle. That's not normal. This hose. Oh man, the door is locked. Try harder. No dice. It won't budge. Oh well. This dumpster's new, right? I bet it's got stuff in it. Can't really see what's in here. Who did all of this? My nose is itching. I think I smell some treasure. Are you sure that isn't the hazardous waste? Just help me get in. Rolo. It would be my honor to throw you in the trash. Come on, ladylike. So, what's in there? Let's see. There's a squishy bag of squish. Wow. A good inch of stagnant sludge. Your natural habitat. Wait, hold the phone. Hold 2 phones. Check these bad boys out. Are those walkie-talkie? Just like Hank and atomic communicators. Yeah. Do these actually work? Round command to Hank Atomic. Hank, do you read? This is Hank Atomic. Ground command, do you coming in? 5 by 5. How are your vital readouts, Hank? It's getting a little stuff in here. Requesting assistance for evac. Help is on the way. What was that? Someone's coming. Give me your hand. I'm trying. Hands are covered in squish. Scoot over. I'm coming in. Okay. Tell me you saw that? Dude, I don't know what I saw. It's coming back. Get down. That the body?
The boy sat petrified under the weight of the bag.
Oh god, tell me that's all I think it is. Look at, do you know what separates run-of-the-mill detectives from ace detectives? A ridiculous hat? When the chips are down, ace detectives dig deeper for clues.
Rolo felt around at the large sack which burdened them. He snapped off a tag from just within a small zipper opening in the bag.
It's some sort of badge or something. What's it say?
Rolo held the badge up to a faint shaft of light within the dumpster.
Dr. Prescott. Deep Engineering. It's a name tag. Who would throw away a bag full of slimy old name tags? I think it's just one name tag and a big full of something else. Oh, okay. I think we should make a break for it. Stay calm. This is no time to panic. I'm not panicking. You are panicking. Rolo, calm down. You don't have to squeeze my hand so hard. Dude, I am not holding your hand. Quit messing around. What other slime-covered hand would be in here? Ah! I am beginning to see the benefit of your run for our lives plan. Right. We've clearly established that I'm faster than you, so I'll go first. Why not go together? Flaming chicken coop. Okay. I'll make sure the coast is clear. After I go count to 100. If you hear me yell, run. If you don't hear me yell, run. Actually, either way, whole ass. Rollo, I'll give you credit. You sure found an eventful way to start our summer. It's what I do. Well, here goes nothing.
Lucas sat in the dark, tracking the sound of Rollo's footsteps as he ran. 1, 2, 3. He pressed his ear to the dumpster wall, straining to hear Rollo's footsteps as they faded away. 15, 16, 17. He tried not to think about the contents of the dumpster as he counted. 35, 36, 37. The thick stench made it hard to breathe.
Just go.
Screw it, that's long enough.
Yeah.
Luca carefully lifted the lid and peered out. Nothing. No sign of Rollo. No sign of the man in the yellow suit. Time to haul ass. Luca clambered from the dumpster, stumbling to his knees. He was up like a shot and running, sprinting toward home as fast as he could. Beacon Pines flew by, blurred by the tears that welled up in his eyes. He wouldn't remember getting home at all that night. Throwing his front door open, storming up the stairs to his room and surrendering to sleep almost as abruptly as he hit his pillow. Chapter 3. Finding a friend. The next morning, it was quieter than usual at the breakfast table. Only the sound of silverware and chewing interrupted the awkward silence.
I finished jarring a mess of jam last night. So that'll need to get delivered into town today. Okay. So what did you and Rollo get up to yesterday? Oh, nothing interesting. Hello? Calm down. No, of course it was the right thing to do. Start gathering folks. I'll be right there. Are you sure there isn't anything you want to tell me about yesterday? Anything I want to tell you? Not really. We just sort of run around a bit.
Gran's brow furrowed. She let out a long sigh. Her voice was quiet and even.
I have to go take care of something. You are to stay in this house for the day. Under no circumstance are you to leave. What? If I'm not back by dinner, there's stew in the icebox. But nothing. You are to stay here. Understand? Yeah. Say it. I'll stay here till you get back. Good. Oh, and Luca? You left the icebox open yesterday. We're not made of money, you know. Well, that was strange.
Just some dusty knickknacks.
That?
Luca was desperate to check in with Rollo. Until Gran returned, he was trapped.
What do I do then?
Luca was desperate until
Yeah,
Gran...
yeah. Do I go out
One of his
garden?
father's old stethoscopes. Luca had spent countless hours listening to anything and everything with it. Not for years, though. A faint electronic sound floated in the air.
Is that coming from upstairs? Oh, our walkie-talkies, huh? Coming right up. Hello? Is anyone there? Hello? Rollo, is that you? over? Right.
Luca glanced at the now silent walkie-talkie. He wasn't sure what to think. Luca glanced, he wasn't sure.
Okay, so now we go downstairs and check out who's knocking. Yeah, I'm coming. Who is it? Oh, hey, Roxy. If this is about me accidentally kicking you yesterday, is Rolo here? Oh. Look at me, Luca. This is serious. Is Rolo here? No, I haven't seen him since yesterday. Rolo didn't come home last night. What?
A pit formed in Luca's stomach.
Where was the last place you saw him? We were playing around in Weewood. And then it was late and we went home. Weewood. If he's alive, I'm going to kill that little creep. Is there anything else? Anything that he said?
Luca's mouth felt dry.
No, we were just messing around. Okay. I need to go let people know to check the woods. You just stay out of trouble. Go see if he's hiding in the library or something.
Luca could feel his heart beating in his throat.
Rolo. Where are you? As if Rolo would be at the library. He doesn't seem to be the type to spend his day at the library. What does this
The road
lead?
leading to Beacon Pines was long and uninspiring. A sort of natural barrier for the impatient.
Hello. Hey, Bird. Have you seen Rolo? Nope. Though I've mostly been talking to clipboards. They're setting up lots of stuff for the festival. This one said he had to process some answers. I told him that was fine. I'll wait right here until he gets back. I don't think he will. At least not anytime soon. Oh. Howdy, Luca. Hello again, Pete. I'm not Pete, you silly goose. It's Toby. You could have fooled me. Well, hey, it's no problemo. The important thing is, we'd love to hear your thoughts. Yeah, I'm getting that impression. We're all part of something special, Luca. And it all starts right here in Beacon Pines. I got it.
Toby looked up from the clipboard excitedly.
That's right. So, how about you start by telling me, look, no offense, but I've got my own stuff to take care of. God, you joker. We're all a part of this together. You'll let us know when you're free to answer a few questions. Sure. We really need to get back to work. Just a couple more minutes. Roxy said she will be here, then she will be here. I just don't see why I'm standing around, doing nothing, and waiting for Roxy. When I could be standing around, doing nothing, and getting paid for it. Come on, Lumi. Roxy needs our help. Yeah, well, good intentions don't qualify as legal tender. Ah, my parents wouldn't listen. No offense, but isn't Rolo always getting into trouble? Something feels different this time. What can we do to help? We need to check where the adults aren't. So I guess it's up to us to check Weekwood. Shift doesn't end for another couple of hours. We could spend the time making posters. That would be great. Yes. Right, Fitz and I will check Weewood. We'll be back later to pick up the posters. I think my dad has a map of Weewood. Let's swing by my house and grab it before we head out. What's this about a missing child? I must stress, the situation is completely under control. It just all seems so terrible. And you're sure there's nothing we can do to help? Nonsense. Young Mr. Cotter will turn up safe and sound, I am certain. You just focus on settling in. I trust my sister supplied you with suitable lodging. Oh, yes. Miss Valentine has been more than accommodating. We were just telling our daughter back that... Now where did she run off to? Last Chance Diner. Can I go there? Oh, I can. Yeah, but Dawn, you stand. Hey, Dawn. Ooh. Is it true about Rolo? Yeah, he didn't come home last night. I wonder if it's connected. Connected to what? I was checking in on reports about increased activity around town. What sort of activity? Windowless trucks, mechanical noises, strange lights. Your typical shady stuff. Who would be doing all that and why? Well, I have a few leads. The Valentine family is always suspicious. Perennial Harvest certainly has the resources. Do you have any idea where Rolo could be? The best place to start looking is where the trail went cold. Where did you see him last? We were in Weepwood. Right by Valentine's fertilizer. I'll check out Weepwood when my shift ends. I do my best work at night. Yeah, understandably so. Guess Mrs. Fratelli is getting ready for the festival. Anything else? No. Can I go to the bench over there? No. Ted. Okay. His eyes went wide in disbelief. What do you mean, vanished? That's impossible. Oh my. He doesn't even see the danger he's in. Oh, are you guys working? Hi, Luca, what's up? You haven't seen Rolo around recently, have you? It doesn't come around here much. Not since they made a rule that we can only order decaf. Where does this lead? Ooh. Hey, Houston. History Museum. It's laughable, really. Did you happen to see Rolo here? No. Just the shadow of a family, clinging on to a town, clinging on to the past. Feel free to check for yourself, but don't expect to have your mind blown. Hey, Griffin, has Rolo been by? Haven't seen him all day. I'm sure he'll show up safe and sound. And when he does, tell him there's a strawberry chocolate double scoop waiting for him. On the house. He'll like that. Touching. Touching. Alright, can we go in there? Copper Valentine, a celebration of excellence.
We all know Beacon Pines is a great town. What you may not know is great towns grow from mighty roots. And that is why you cannot tell the story of Beacon Pines without telling the story of one Sharper Valentine. Young Sharper's keen intellect and strong moral fiber led to a grand vision. A vision of a community dedicated to a better tomorrow. In his own words, a better tomorrow is within our grasp, but it requires a singular mind to harness it. Lucky for us, he decided to grow that vision here, in Beacon Pine. And how does one grow a better tomorrow? With fertilizer, of course. Valentine's Fertilizer Company became the lifeblood of a town yearning for purpose. But then then tragedy struck. A scientific experiment gone wrong. An accident which took Sharper away from us far too soon. To this day, we struggle to pick up the pieces. But one foul harvest isn't enough to stop the people of Beacon Pines. The spirit of Sharper Valentine lives on. It lives in the hearts of everyone with a dream for a better tomorrow. Together, we will follow his example and grow a bountiful future. Paid for by the Valentine family and the Valentine Fertilizer Company Remembrance Fund.
That was unhelpful. True. Very true indeed. Buds and bulbs. Alright, and let's go to the library as we promised. No.
A bit much, if you ask me.
Okay, I don't get anything new. Sad. Ah, that reminds me. While we're here, can I deliver those gems? No. Okay, that's fine.
Kyle
Hello.
volunteered at the library during the summers. He wasn't very social, so he'd dedicate each summer to becoming an expert in a single subject.
That's not a bad idea, although a single summer isn't really that long.
Making him a reliable source of very particular knowledge. If you were to ask Kato something he didn't know, he'd escape into the dusty old bookshelves and return with just the right thing.
Hey, Kato.
Kato was lost in his reading. Luca crooked his neck to see the title, Introduction to Melitology.
Oh, hey, Luca. You snuck up on me. Good book? No, just started it.
He gestured to the shelves.
I'm really running out of books I haven't read yet. So now it's on to the wonderful world of bees. Turns out bees are pretty cool. For instance, did you know that around 70% of bee species actually live in underground tunnels? Or that if they are two queens in a hive, they will fight to the death for supremacy. Ooh. That's interesting, but you haven't seen Rolo around recently, have you? Not since yesterday. Keep an eye out for him, okay? Sure thing. If I see him, you'll be the first to know. So who's you? Hey, Jace. Oh, hey, Luca. Did Rolo come by? No. I was actually surprised. He's usually here early on days when a new issue drops. Rolo is the biggest Hank Atomic fan I know. Besides myself, that is. Well, if he does swing by, tell him to meet me you know where. I don't know where. No, he knows where. Oh, roger that, Space Cadet.
The bottom corner shelf was a dusty array of thick science books. Only one binding was clean enough to read. Cellular Biology and the Chemistry of Mitosis.
Cute. Boring. Do we have here?
Mycological Phosphorescence.
More like my complete loss of interest.
The entire top level of the library was devoted to comics, most of which were Hank Atomic and the myriad of lesser revered spin-offs.
That's kind of cute. Okay, what else do we have? New editions. Let's see.
There were rarely any actual new editions. Simply a variety of existing content rotated into the front display each week.
Not fooling anyone.
Oh, the cobs I've eaten. A salad-centric travel guide for the mildly adventurous.
Yeah.
Sally Seashore's simple succulent sundries. Luca brushed off a smudge of dust. Or maybe it was flour. 30 recipes so easy you'll doubt it's even edible.
There we
A peek
go.
behind the curtain. The Methods and Ruminations of Patrick C. Montesquieu, one of the greatest acting minds of our time, by Patrick C. Montesquieu.
Oh. Oh, well, would you look at that? What sort of monster puts candy behind a locked door? Yeah, Mr. Duncreed works weird hours sometimes. Of course he does. How about you? When do I work? No. What's your name? Luke Van Horn. You new? Yep. Not by
Beck's
choice.
family moved often, giving her little time to establish any real connections. She would tell you she prefers it that way.
I'm looking for my friend Rolo. He didn't come home last night. So he's missing? I guess so. Like, missing? Does that sort of thing happen a lot around here?
Luca shifted his feet uncomfortably.
Well, that sucks. Yeah. So, I should probably get going. Hey, wait up. What?
Beck pulled a coin from her pocket.
I'm coming with you. What? So says the unlucky penny. Unlucky? Yep, well, technically it landed on heads. Leave this kid to find his friend alone. But I always do the opposite. Oh, that's kind of like me and Rolo. I guess Rolo is my unlucky penny. That's it. A person should never be without their unlucky penny. Let's go find him. The name's Beck. Pleasure to meet you, Beck. I suppose I could use some help. Trying to keep up. Yay, I got a friend. Nice. So, Joey, have you seen Rolo around? No, sorry, Luca. I've had my eyes in the dirt looking for beetles. Can't seem to find any. He never came home last night. You think it's because it's been colder than normal? I don't see why that would have anything to do with Rolo. No, the beetles. Do you think the temperature confused their circadian rhythm or something? What's to say? I'm no beetologist. Just keep an eye out for him, would ya? Of course. Very helpful indeed.
Luca peeked up at the beehive. It appeared to be deserted.
That's strange. Oh. Ah, is that the Valentine residence?
The Valentine mansion loomed over every other building in town, both figuratively and literally.
What else do we find here? That looks cute and cozy. Hello? Anybody home? Guess not.
After the foul harvest destroyed their wealth and reputation, the Valentines shuttered off their estate from the rest of town.
Well, if this factory is part of their doing, then... Oh, it's fenced off. Dang, they boarded up the way in. Then they're definitely to blame for what happened. Right, can we walk around?
Luca felt a chill as he approached Beck. Her eyes were locked on the strange green liquid. The nearby grass was coated in a fine layer of frost.
This sort of thing normal around here? Because puddles of glowing ooze are definitely not what I expected from this place. I've no idea what that stuff is. Well, the next obvious step is science. And what does science suggest? Poke it with a stick.
Luca watched as Beck dipped a broken tree branch into the goo. Beck's eyes widened as flowers grew from the dead wood. First small buds, which quickly bloomed into vibrant petals.
What the... Ooh.
As quickly as they had grown, the flowers began to shrivel and turn gray. Beck dropped the stick with a grunt of disgust.
Okay. So the science tells us this gunk is weird as hell. Yeah, it seems dangerous. Hey, Tish, look what that cat dragged in. Yep. I don't have time for this right now, Iggy. Aww. Don't say things like that. It hurts Tish's feelings. Ain't that right, Tish? Yep. She looks fine to me. Why, hello. I don't think we have been introduced properly. Iggy is the name. This is my compatriot, Tish. Yep. You've probably heard of us. Can't say I have. I'll give you just this once. An account of your being new around here. Why would you hang out with this dud? Oh, he seems pretty alright. Iggy, why do you have to be so... you? Has he even told you that his parents skipped out on him? Not up. It's true, they got tired of having such a pathetic kid and left him. Iggy, I'm only gonna say this one time. Don't talk about my family. Well, look who's grown a backbone now that a girl's around. First, his pops croaked, then his mom finally couldn't take it anymore and bounced. Oof.
Iggy took a step towards Luca, his sneer lit by the glowing puddle. Beck could see tears welling in Luca's eyes, his fists clenched. Some things about Beacon Pines were very different from the city, but a bully from a hayseed town is really no different from a city bully. Beck took a deep breath and thought,
Well, time to bust out the... strange? The tickle.
well,
Just tickle him to
time
death.
to bust out the tickles.
Hey, Tish. Wanna see something cool? Yep. Check it.
Beck lunged forward and began to tickle under Tish's arms.
What the? Tish, is she tickling you? Yep. Yep. Yep.
Tears began to form in Tish's eyes as she gasped for breath between gales of laughter. Beck redoubled her efforts until Tish finally had had enough.
Yep. What just happened? She seems nice. Sorry for the interruption. I think you were just threatening us.
Iggy's eyes darted around, a realization dawning on his face that he was now outnumbered.
I just remembered I have somewhere to be. Stay around, new kid.
Iggy kicked at the puddle before making his escape.
Whoa. What a little creep. Beck, I think you got a little ooze in your hair.
Beck shook the ooze out of her hair as best as she could.
Is it bad? It depends. What are your feelings about having a more mature, refined look? Oh, God.
Chapter 4.
Okay.
The best policy. Luca paused for a moment, catching his breath. He'd only just met Beck, and somehow he already managed to drag her into this mess. Hopefully he could make it up to her, but Finding Rollo was his primary concern.
I kind of want to go back. Okay, so we haven't seen the whole pick a route play out yet. Let's stay with that then. Now what? Oh. Property of Valentine Fertilizer Company. Looks old. What? I can't jump around it. Sad. Yeah. Do I follow that? I don't see any options to do anything here. Alright. Luca, what the hell are you doing here? Why did a kid with grey hair just run past us in a panic?
Roxy and Fitz looked drained. It was clear they'd spent all day searching.
That's bad. I don't care who she is. What happened? We were just helping look for Rollo. Luca, I need you to start telling me the truth.
Roxy's temper could often be dismissed as the impatience of an older sibling. But this was the most intense Luca had ever seen her. Her eyes were wild and unfocused, looking straight through Luca.
We are running out of time.
In a torrent of rambled words and tears, Luca broke down.
Rollo and I were just playing in Weepwood yesterday. We were investigating lights at the old Valentine warehouse, but someone was there in a strange suit, and he hit the dumpster and had a heavy bag dropped on us, and I think it was a body. And so we ran, but we got split up, and I ran home. And it's all my fault, and now my best friend may never come back. Wow. Just... wow.
Roxy, still exhausted and angry, softened briefly as her eyes hunted the ground in thought. With a determined sigh, she looked up at Luca.
It's not your fault, Luca. Rollo's gonna be okay. I promise.
Roxy drew herself up.
I'm gonna fix this. Luca, go home. But I wanna help. This is too dangerous for a kid. I can't just sit around. I have to do something.
Roxy tried to think of the safest place to send Luca.
You go back to that little treehouse you two like to play in. Wait there in case Rollo shows up. Sounds like a plan?
Luca wiped his cheeks and gave a quick nod.
You did the right thing telling me the truth. Now, scoot. You really believe his story? What other option do we have? Things have been strange around here leading up to the festival. My dad has been acting strange lately. Well, weirder than normal at
Looking
least.
into the puddle, Roxy rubbed her arms to warm up.
Why is it so cold here? This place gives me the willies. Wait at the treehouse in case Rollo shows up. Alright. Let us go back then. Can't talk to you again?
Mr. Nuncree jumped with a start.
Whoa, don't sneak up on an old fella like that. Sorry. Who were you talking to? What?
Luca motioned to the phone booth.
Oh, no. I was just checking because I thought I heard it ring. But the dang thing never does, of course. Yeah, I've never seen anyone use it, really. The whole thing's a waste of money if you ask me. Any word from Rollo yet? Not yet. Long time for a boy to lose his way. Rollo knows the woods too well to get lost. I suppose you're right. Silly boy's antics have this whole town worried sick. Antics? We all know Rolo likes to play his little pranks. You think this is a prank? What other possible explanation could there be? He's not playing a prank and he didn't get lost. Someone took him. I know it. How would you know that? Unless... Luca? Is there something else that you know?
Mr. Nuncreed gently placed one of his substantial hands on Luca's shoulder.
Hello? Dang it, boy. If there is something you know, something that could help your friend, you need to tell folks.
Luca peered up at Mr. Nuncreed. Kind eyes warmed a stern face. There was a deeper emotion hiding beneath it all. It was subtle, but Luca could sense something eating away at him.
There was a shame.
There was a shame lurking behind those eyes. A deep sadness. If Mr. Nuncreed was that worried about Rolo, maybe he could help.
Yesterday, Rolo and I were messing around at the old Valentine warehouse.
Mr. Nuncreed raised an eyebrow.
Both of you? You were with Rolo when he went missing. The music is hinting at something and I don't like it. Not exactly. I was hiding in the dumpster. The dumpster? What were you doing in there? At first, we were just looking around. Then someone came in a strange yellow suit and dumped something on us. We both got scared and ran. That was the last I saw of him. You got scared by some garbage. Well, that's why you don't go skulking in someone's dumpster. But it wasn't garbage. I think it was a body. I'm sure it was just some trash. No, there was a name tag. It said Deep Engineering.
Mr. Nuncreed's shoulders slumped.
I wish you wouldn't have said that.
A deep sigh bellowed from his chest.
Why did you have to? I tried, Luca. God knows I tried to keep you safe.
Luca attempted to take a step back, but Nuncreed's hand clamped down on his shoulder.
But you Van Horns just can't help yourself, can you? You were so close. So close to being done with this.
With a firm shove, Nuncreed manhandled Luca into the phone booth.
What are you doing? It's out of my hands now.
The door latched shut with a mechanical hiss. As Luca pounded the glass, the floor dropped from under his feet.
What?
The inside of the phone booth was now a loose capsule plummeting at gravity's whim. Luca winced and pressed his hands to the walls. As he braced for impact, the capsule hurried to a surprisingly smooth stop. He felt a cold rush of air and opened his eyes with hesitance. Two large figures in hazmat suits occluded his view. Luca heard the deep, resigned voice of Mr. Nuncreed over an intercom. He knows too much. The end. Wait, no. This isn't the end. I know there's still much more. Somehow this went wrong. Okay, let's try something else.
Well, not shame. All time to bust out the strange.
Well, time to bust out the strange.
Alright, Luca, looks like you need a little mud bath. What's wrong with ya, new kid? We're about to pound your friend.
Beck stared in silence, the only sign of life being the twitch of an eye.
It's weird when people don't talk. Yep. Stop being a weirdo. Hello? Are you some kind of wacko? Makes sense. Wackadoos travel in packs, Dad?
At the sight of Iggy taunting Beck, something in Luca snapped. Iggy's smirk shifted to a look of shock as Luca launched himself into his stomach.
Ah!
Iggy's clothes were drenched in the glowing ooze.
Ooh, we pretty much killed him, don't we? You jerk! My clothes are all ruined. I'm gonna.
Iggy's voice began to slur as he struggled to get up.
I don't feel so good. No. My God. I'm sorry. I just. Yeah. That was intense. Iggy's gonna be okay, right? Nothing about this seemed okay.
The person at the warehouse. This strange ooze and what it did to Iggy. Was Rollo caught up in all of this?
We have to find Rollo. You took the words out of my mouth. Well, how do we go about this, though? Do we just go back? Because I don't think we can find anything here. Oh, come on. Hello? Okay. It's still the same. Alright, can we go further? New. Ah, right. We can't jump over the puddle. Oops. Oh, there, little buddies. You startled me. What in the dickens are you up to in this part of town? We were just helping look for Rollo. Oh, you haven't heard the news? Rollo showed up safe sound a bit ago. Really? So, where was he? It's funny, really. He just got a little turned around in the woods. They can be disorienting, you know? I am starting to get that impression. Rollo's at his house now, getting some well-deserved rest. Oh, that's a relief. You should scurry along before you get lost yourselves. Yeah, come on back. I can't wait to introduce you to Rolo. Oh, that reminds me. Luca, your grandmother was looking for you. She was? She was worried sick. You should march straight home. I guess. Back, your folks might be getting worried too. I'll walk you home. I need to talk with Nellie about work anyway.
Beck glanced toward Luca.
I guess all's well that ends well. I'll introduce you to Rolo tomorrow. Yep, it totally end well. We basically killed someone, but no, it's fine. Sure. Glad he's okay. Did they clone him? Is it
Rolo
really
was
him?
safe. A wave of relief washed over Luca, which was quickly replaced by a sense of dread. Gran is going to kill me. If he hurried, he might just make it home before sundown. Chapter 4. Our harvest awaits. Luca took a deep breath and gingerly opened the door, steeling himself for Gran's wrath.
I feel like we're almost done. Okay, no, we're basically starting with the story, but I thought there were just like 6 chapters. I guess I misremembered. Gran? I'm home. Everything's fine. Gran? Oh, definitely not here. Gran? I know I wasn't supposed to go anywhere. I just went out to help look for Rolo. Gran? Gran? Uh-huh. Roxy came over. She was worried about him, so I figured you wouldn't mind if I helped look for him. It turns out Rolo is safe and sound. Gran?
Luca was alone. The house was empty.
So Gran's not back yet. I guess that's a good thing. Nothing to do now but sleep, I guess. Oh no! Not Gran! Hello?
Luca was sitting by the pond, listening to small waves lap against a rock. His father sat in a folding chair in front of him. Without turning, he spoke. "Why don't you grab me some nice bait?" "Sure thing, Dad." Luca hopped over to the tackle box and popped open the lid. Inside was a rolling, buzzing mass. "We're fishing with bees?" Luca's father gave a warm chuckle. "Well, you catch more fish with bees than honey. Pick us out a good one." Luca closed his eyes and plucked out a bee. He could feel its wings struggle between his finger and thumb. Holding it at arm's length, he hurried over. His father deftly baited the hook and examined his work. Interesting choice. With a practiced flick of the wrist, the line buzzed in a graceful arc. The water accepted it without a splash or ripple. The wrong choice, but I respect it. The pond began to freeze over. Sometimes we gotta make the wrong choice before we can make it right. Pallid ice propagated across the still surface with an alarming speed. Luca scrambled back as the ground beneath him turned cold. Dad, I don't understand. Sorry, kiddo. Understanding isn't always part of the deal. The relentless ice shot through the fishing line toward his father. Dad, look out! His father casually wound the reel. None of it's your fault, you know. Never was. Dad, we have to go! Luca grabbed his father's shoulders, trying to pull him away. Please, you have to run! The ice crackled as it spread across his father's hands. That's the thing about fishing, Luca. His chest began to crystallize. You toss your hook in, and you never know what you're gonna pull out. A shock of searing cold ran up Luca's arms. He gave one last desperate tug. The chair tipped backwards in a single frozen mass. Luca tried to stop the momentum, but it was too late. He watched the icy form of his father slam into the hard ground, shattering into 1,000 pieces that crowded around his feet. Dad, I don't understand. What does all this mean? The gentle rustle of leaves was the only reply.
Oh no, this is so harsh, the poor baby. Gran isn't back.
Luca's eyes struggled to focus on the walkie-talkie.
Rolo?
Faintly, he could hear Rolo amongst the noise.
Luca. Rolo, is that you? Luca. There? Rolo, it's the middle of the night. Luca, thank God. Listen, I don't know how long this will work down here. Down here?
Rolo's voice was coming through more clearly now. But some words were still just static.
Listen to me. Someone grabbed me yesterday. What? The man in the hazmat suit? It was... took me to some sort of... I think I'm underground. Underground. Are you okay? Kinda. They seem more interested in... for now, at least. Mr. Kerr said you made it back home safe. Kerr? No. Trust. He's... Hold on. Someone's coming.
The signal went silent.
Rolo? Rolo, where are
Luca
you?
held still, waiting for a response. His pounding heartbeat marking the passage of time.
Okay, I think they're gone. Getting worse. I can barely hear you.
Rolo's voice began to fade.
Losing signal. How much time? Mission control. You need to... the treehouse. The treehouse.
With that, the signal died for good.
What was he trying to say about the treehouse? What's at the treehouse? The antenna? He wants me to use the antenna in the treehouse to get a better signal. Rolo, you're a genius.
Luca grabbed the walkie-talkie and sprinted to the treehouse.
Hook up the walkie-talkie to the radio in the treehouse.
Luca heard a group of footsteps approaching. He dashed behind the bushes to avoid being spotted.
Oh, Gran is fine. So, we all understand our roles? You can count on me. I still think we need more time. This wasn't the original plan.
Mr. Tolliver paused, shifting his eyes to one side.
We're all in danger now. I, for one, refuse to sit idly by while the danger persists. You just keep your wits about you.
Mr. Tolliver took one long, quiet breath.
You're right. You can count on me. I just wish we could have made that deal with Eris well in time. Her resources would have still come in handy. As I said, I had no time to contact her after your call this morning. Plans change. How is Luca holding up? He's fine. We shouldn't lose sight of the fact that this is all... I know very well what all of this is for. We have no choice. Operation Sparkplug has a new objective. Are we in agreement?
The three shared a determined look.
Good. We'll reconvene after the festival. You can come out now? She noticed, alright. Ren! Why are you meeting with Mrs. Fratelli and Mr. Tolliver late at night? Hey, Luca. Dawn, you scared me. How long have you been there? Oh, just a few minutes. Earlier today I saw Mr. Tolliver and your gran enter the diner together. When my shift at the newsstand was over, they still hadn't left. So I used the greatest tool of any investigative reporter. Time. When they left, I trailed them here. What do you think they're up to? Whatever it is, they seem organized and determined. They mentioned the festival. Yeah, I heard that too. Has your gran been doing anything differently recently? Anything strange? She got a phone call this morning and rushed out the door. A call from Hiram Tolliver, it seems. She was either furious or terrified, or both. Luca, be careful out there. I think we might be in the middle of the scoop of a lifetime. I will. Aren't you coming up? I'm gonna stake out here for a little bit longer. See ya, Luca. Oh, so cute. What are you guys doing here in the middle of the night? Did it? We changed the sign. Splendid. Did anyone see you? I don't believe so. You were right. It was simple enough to just rearrange the letters. Odd choice for a prank, though. In situations such as these, odd is
The
good.
two boys shared a mischievous grin.
Can't wait for everyone to see the big reveal. It should be quite memorable. Let's make ourselves scarce for now. Okay. There's still light in there. That I can't interact with it. Alright, then let's get straight to our treehouse. Whee! Yeah. Rolo? Rolo, are you there? I'm at the treehouse now, Rolo. Mr. Kerr said you were alright. What happened out there? Dang it, Rolo, where are you?
cloaked shape behind the rocket.
I've got weapons in here, so you'd better come out right now.
He strained to hear as a muffled voice began.
Weapon? How could you hurt something that's already dead?
Fear gripped Luca's throat.
Oh, don't tell me that is the bully, right? Who are you? What? You don't recognize me. I guess I don't even recognize myself anymore.
Luca stared at the ground for a moment, trying to place the dampened voice. The figure shifted slowly from behind the rocket, revealing itself to Luca.
A monster. Now they hunt me like the beast I am. Iggy.
Luca reached over empathetically. Iggy's tone jolted to dejected anger.
Don't touch me. This is all your fault.
Luca slumped to the ground, overwhelmed by guilt.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. I lost control. So you couldn't control yourself for a second, and I get to be like this forever? There must be a way to fix this. Oh, you're gonna be my savior. Perfect. Little Lucas saves the day with his positive attitude and the power of friendship. None of this matters. There's no time. They are after me. They chased me all through Weepwood. I only came in here to hide. Hide from who? Who is after you? Luca. Luca! Rolo? It's not safe, Luca. Rolo, where are you? The treehouse. I'm at the treehouse, Rolo. Where are you? No, Luca, the treehouse isn't safe. They said they're going to the treehouse. I was trying to tell you to stay away from the treehouse. Who said they're going to the treehouse? The clipboards. What did I tell you? Those perennial harvest wackadoos are after me. They've been chasing me, yelling questions at me. What sort of question? They were saying the same stuff they always do. But it's different now. Less asking, more threatening. We're gonna figure this out, Iggy. Yeah, well, thanks. Hello? Is anyone present in this arboreal domicile? They found me. Look, what's happening? Don't panic. You stay here and I'll see what they want. How many of them are there? Hello, Mr. Van Horn. We would love to hear your thoughts. Do we have time for an informal chat? We will be brief. Your time is valuable to us. Be down in just a second. Of course, of course. Oh, God. We have a problem. Luca, you gotta get out of there. Who's out there? Is it them? Yeah. It's the clipboards. Bunch of them. How many? Maybe all of them? And yeah, you were right. They're saying the same stuff, but with the creepy knob cranked to 10. Might young Iggy be present? We would love to hear his thoughts. Run!
Iggy slumped to his knees.
I don't know what to do. I'm just so tired. Luca, what do we do?
Luca grabbed the walkie-talkie and headed for the window.
Follow my lead.
Luca and Iggy climbed up the back of the treehouse to its roof, where Rollo had constructed his MCDC, the Mission Control Defense Cannon. From behind the crowd of clipboards, William Kerr strode forward, a warm smile on his face.
Iggy, there you are. You gave us all of us a heck of a scare. Go away. Just leave me alone. Oh, I'm sorry, Iggy, but no can do. Don't worry though, we're here to help. Help? And why were you chasing me? Oh, Luca, can you talk some sense into your pal here? Just look at him. He's not well. What is so wrong with him? What did that gunk do to him? Well, that's a pretty honking big question, Luca. All you need to know is that he's sick. He's real sick, Luca. I just need you to let us up there and take care of him. You told me Rollo was okay, that he was back at his place resting. He is. Poor fella just got a little lost. That's a lie. That is a hurtful thing to say, Luca. I thought we were buddies. Why? Because he lets you ramble on like a wackader? Nobody likes you, you creep.
Kerr's smile faltered.
Why don't you pop on down here so we can have a face-to-face? Yelling like this is gonna give us all a heck of a sore throat. And who wants that, right?
Luca's grip tightened on the MCDC.
What did you do to Rollo, you liar? Well, shucks, Luca. The only teeny tiny fib I told you was that he was at home. He is resting and he is perfectly safe. For now, at least. What happens to him next is up to you, Luca. Look around. You're in quite the pickle, and I am the only person in the whole wide world who can help you. You get to decide how this ends.
Luca's mind raced. He was caught in a trap. What do you do when there's no hope? He wiped his cheeks with a sleeve. What are you gonna do, Luca?
Sorry. Luca drew himself up and decided to take the only option they had left. What?
Luca drew himself up and decided to take the only option they had left. Fight. He swung the Mission Control Defense Cannon around, aiming it confidently at the smirking face of William Kerr.
Hey, Mr. Kerr.
Luca summoned his most insolent demeanor.
Rollo sends his regards. What was that? Hey. That was uncalled for, more than a little rude, and just plain unsanitary. Luca, I really did think we were good pals. What a shame that it's come to this.
Kerr turned his back on the two boys.
And this.
With a nonchalant wave of the hand, he made his exit.
Oh.
As the clipboards began to slowly advance on the treehouse, Luca looked to Iggy with resignation in his eyes. The end. That escalated quickly. Maybe discretion was the better part of valor here. Let's put a pin in this for now.
Okay. Oh, I can struggle here now. Okay, nice. This is a story about struggle.
This is a story about struggle. Luca could hear a machine humming somewhere nearby. He felt around wildly, searching for something, anything that could help. His hands found a hard object, maybe a tile? He yanked it free, lifting the cold stone. Let me go! Luca swung the tile as hard as he could at the shape that still held fast to his leg. He heard the crack of glass as the stone hit the assailant's mask. With a muffled yelp, the hand let go. Luca was free and scrambled to the door. He never looked back once on the long run home. Chapter 3. Everything's fine. The next morning, it was quieter than usual at the breakfast table. Only the sound of silverware and chewing interrupted the awkward silence.
I finished jarring a mess of jam last night. So that'll need to get delivered into town today. Okay. So what did you and Rolo get up to yesterday? Oh, Rolo had things to do, so I just sort of poked around town. I've set the jam down by the front door. There's 2 batches to drop off. One for Mr. Tolliver at the back and whack. Liver jam. Another for Mrs. Fratelli at the diner. Oh, and Mr. Nuncreed. He said he wanted some more. I suspected as much. Yes, he seems to have taken a particular interest in my jam. And there are some extras in the basket for that enthusiastic gentleman. Just make sure Fratelli and Tolliver get the ones on top. No problem. Off with you now, while the day is still young. Bye, Gran. Hello, it's Juniper Hartford. Before you hang up, just hear me out. I have a business proposition. The simple matter is we both have the same problem that needs solving. Very well, we can meet tonight. Oh, so adorable. Okay. Sorry about yesterday. Roxy can be so annoying. But good news. No more boring chores for me today. Did you make it to the old Valentine warehouse? So, what did you find? Give me the dirt. Something happened. There was someone else there. What? Who was it? Was it aliens? I knew it would be aliens. No. Zombie. No. Alien zombies? What else could it be? Rolo. I've got to deliver these into town first. We can catch up later. Oh, is it the whole thing? It sounds like a whole thing. Yeah, we shouldn't talk about it here. Meet me at the treehouse tonight. I'm not sure what this treehouse is that you speak of. Meet me at Mission Control. Roger that, Space Cadet. That basket is such humongous compared to... Oh, what? You're not looking for bugs this time? Wait, watch your step. Oh, sorry. There was a whole family of beetles here. They've gone missing. I thought they just sort of wandered around. Everyone has a home, Luca. Even beetles.
Luca checked the soles of his sandals.
I think we're okay. It's weird that they're gone. They went missing when the festival preparations began. You think the noise scared them away? Something like that. Just watch where you step, okay? They are hint, hint, nudge, nudging quite hard. They can't talk to them. Sad. Yo. Mr. Wilder, I trust you can have time to chat.
Eris Valentine, oldest of Sharper Valentine's children, and heir to the Valentine fortune. Had a way of making questions seem like demands.
Certainly. What seems to be the problem?
Mr. Wilder had learned to assume that if he was hearing from Eris, it was because she had taken issue with something he had put in the paper.
I couldn't help but notice that the front page of this morning's paper was consumed with stories about the silly festival. Well, yes. That is the news of the day. But there was no mention of the museum, nor the foundation through which it was endowed. I'm sorry, Miss Valentine. My readers are more so interested in this town's future, rather than any one family in particular. There was a time, Mr. Wilder, when the goings on of my family was the only thing that this town cared about. Well, things change, ma'am. And, you know, change is a dangerous... You finish that thought. I will make that monocle a permanent fixture of your anatomy. My apologies. Good day, Miss Valentine. Did I give you the impression this conversation was finished?
Mr. Wilder averted his gaze and began to polish his monocle.
Well, good day, Mr. Wilder. Lovely lady. Got something? Well, if it isn't my favorite little gem runner. Hey, Mrs. Fratelli. Look at
She
you.
leaned forward and pinched Luca's cheek.
You're all skin and bones. Is your gran not feeding you? She is, it's just... I understand. You know, I taught your mama how to cook back in the day. You may not even remember, but you and her used to help out in the diner. See that picture over here? That's who you helping your mama back in the day. So cute, running around in your little apron taking orders. The whole situation just breaks my heart. What happened with Eleanor? Aww. I've got a feeling she's out there somewhere, yearning to be with you again. Few things in this world can keep a mother from her son.
Luca shifted the basket uncomfortably.
Oh, yes, let's see here.
Mrs. Fratelli lifted the cloth and inspected the jam.
Oh, they even have my name on them. How
She
thoughtful.
carefully lifted out her jars of jam.
You tell your gran hello for me, Luca. Will do.
Luca squinted at the faded photo of him and his mom at the diner. Memories of that day came flooding back.
I'm ready to help, Mama. All right, little boogaroo. It's up to us to feed these folks while Mrs. Fratelli is away. I've got to deal with the inventory before I can start cooking. Do you think you can handle taking orders in the meantime? Yes, Mama. Hiya, Roxy. Luca? I'm helping. Wow, hopefully your work ethic will rub off on Rolo. What can I get you? I'm not really feeling like a burger. How about chicken sandwich with bacon on top? Coming right up. Yeah. Yeah. Ah, chicken sandwich with bacon. Here you go. I call it the Love Me Tenders. Nice. Aren't you a little young to be waiting tables? I'm just helping out. Ah, my father had me hustling when I was your age as well. Father always says, children are to be sails pulling a family ever forward. That doesn't sound very fun. There's plenty of fun for him. Time for having fun. For instance, father and I always make time to have lunch together once a month.
Luca glanced at the empty seat across from Gus.
Should I come back? Oh no, it turns out father was too busy to have lunch today. I'll just go ahead and eat alone. Oh. The silver lining is, without him around, I can have more of my usual. A nice stack of cold cuts topped with a pile of sloppy jelly. Okay. I'm gonna guess those are cold cuts. And sloppy jelly. Here you are. Cold cuts with steaming hot chili on top. I call it the hot and cold. That's perfect, thank you. Gazooks! They've shrunk the wait staff.
Jeff slapped the table and gave Luca a toothy grin.
How's your pop's doing? He's been pretty busy these days. I know the feeling. Tell him that fishing rod he ordered should be ready next week, will you? Sure thing. I've been in the mood for something sweet. You got a burger that can satisfy a sweet tooth? A sweet burger? Yeah, and top it off with some grilled cactus. Grilled cactus. The heart wants what it wants. Sure thing. Coming right up. Very tasty. Here's your order. I call it the sweet and stubby. Now that's a burger with bite. Looks like we're missing a few things. Why don't you run out and grab some more ingredients? Okay, I'll be back. That was cute. If I could just be left alone, young Mr. Van Horn. Oh, sure. Sorry to bother you. It's just that Mr. Kerr has asked me to make the opening speech at the festival. Being mayor and all, you might expect me to be a charismatic speaker. The truth is, I'm terribly nervous. I really don't think I'm cut out for this sort of thing. Cut out for being mayor or for public speaking? Both, I suppose. I never really chose any of this. It's more of a duty to my family, for our legacy. That sounds like a heavy burden. As for the festival, just speak from your heart. I'm sure it'll be great. Yeah, let's talk to... what was her name again? Piper? Dawn. Hey, Dawn! Here you go, Luca, what's up?
Dawn had dreams of becoming a big-time reporter. At night, she searched for the story that could be her big break. By day, she hawked papers at the newsstand.
Oh, they got you a jam delivery, yeah? Yep. Hey, Dawn, have you noticed anything weird around town lately? What sort of weird we're talking? Stuff going on at the old Valentine building? You might say I've heard some things. I'm working on a story about it right now. So, what's going on? Can't say quite yet. I still need to follow up on a few leads. Keep me in the loop, okay? Sure thing. Have you seen the new kid around yet? New kid? Came in from the big city. Her parents both got jobs here. But get this, one of them is working for William Kerr and Perennial Harvest, and the other one is working for Heiress Valentine. And the valentines represent Beacon Pine's past. Perennial harvest has positioned itself as this town's future. Must make for some interesting dinner table conversations. I can imagine. So, what are your predictions this time? Anger from the past, mistakes not yet made, and a glimmering hope for the future. He carried them all in equal parts everywhere he went. Oh heavens, what a burden to bear. Doesn't want to talk to me, how dare she? What? You guys... Wow. Just ignoring him? How cold-hearted you are. Yo. How do you keep the ice cream cold? We keep them on ice. Where do you get the ice from? I don't know. Somewhere cold. How do they keep somewhere cold cold? Look, Bert. Do you want some ice cream or not? No, I'm good.
Huddled at his counter, Hiram Tolliver was meticulously shining apples. More accurately, Hiram Tolliver was meticulously shining one apple.
Hello?
With a yelp, Mr. Tolliver fumbled the apple, flailing at the air as it fell.
Oh, sorry. Ah, no bother, no bother.
He leaned forward and lowered his voice.
Oh, I see. You have something for me? Yeah, Gran had some jam I'm supposed to give you.
He leaned in a bit further.
Jam? Yeah, the ones on top. She wrote your name on him.
Mr. Tolliver leaned back, speaking loud enough for anyone to hear.
Ah, yes! The jam! Thank you so much for delivering this jam to me.
He reached forward and snapped up the jars of jam, giving Luca a little wink.
I shall put it on my store shelves post-haste. Okay, I should finish my deliveries. Of course. Of
He
course.
leaned in for a final whisper.
Of course. Alright. Let's give them to Mr. Creepy over here. Got some jam for you, Mr. Nuncreed. Luca, you seem chipper. Well, aside from being on delivery duty, it's a nice day.
Mr. Nuncreed eyed Luca for a moment, then nodded in agreement.
I suppose it is. Do you want your jam? Oh, right. Usually Juniper drops those off herself. I guess she's busy today. Anyway, this is my last delivery for the day. Oh, in that case.
Nuncreed snatched the basket from Luca.
I'll hold on to the basket until the next time I see your Gran. Okay, holding a basket hostage. Hey you. Anchovies or pineapple? What? Don't think. Just answer. Pineapple. Why? How old are you? 12? Perfect. Follow me. Who are you? Anyone ever tell ya you ask too many questions? Just try to keep up, okay? What just happened? Yo. Hey, what a crazy coincidence. Here's my new friend I was just telling you about. Oh, that's wonderful. Yep. We just hit it off. Oh, really? Get this, his favorite pizza topping in the whole world is pineapple. Oh, and what is your new little friend's name?
Beck locked eyes with Luca. The look on her face was equal parts expectant and desperate.
Luca Van Horn. Nice to meet you. I'm Nelly, and this is Ilona. We are Beck's parents.
Beck gave Luca a quick nudge.
Oh yeah, Beck told me all about you. Already feels like we've known each other for years. So you both can stop obsessing about me making friends. Oh, darling, we never doubted you. It's just that for children with fewer than 5 close friends, the probability of a stunted development doubles. Rip me, I guess. I have 2 close friends, and I'm happy with them. Well, 1 down, 4 to go, I guess. What Nelly means is that we just want this move to be as easy on you as possible. You can relax. A friend has been friended. This calls for a celebration. Look, you must join us for dinner tonight. Dinner? Wow, another coincidence. I actually already asked him and he said he would love to. It's just wonderful. In that case, we should pick up some groceries. You two don't get into too much trouble now. Wow, can't believe that worked. Thanks a ton. You are welcome. I owe you one. My mums are great and all, but they can be a bit much at times. Our house is the little cottage next to that big mansion place. Wait, you live on the Valentine estate? Yeah, that's the spot. Meet me by the big creepy gate. Don't be late. Or I'm back to square one on this whole friend grift. Great, see you there. So we don't meet up with... I don't know. Ah, there we go. I guess we don't meet up with Rolo then. Sorry, Rolo. Love you though. Good morning, Jeff. What's so good about it? Another day further down the tubes, if you ask me. Well, no, it's not all bad. The festival's coming out. Festival. Old man Valentine used to put on cockamamie? Endings? What? All the time. And where did that get us? Well, it's perennial harvest putting on this one. And they're doing it for the whole town. As far as I can see it. The difference between the old Valentine company and this new perennial harvest outfit.
Jeff dug through his pockets for a bit.
Is the difference between this empty soup can and this brown banana. But those are both garbage. Exactly. What type of banana eater are you? I love green bananas. I hate the overly ripe ones. And guess I can deal with just ripe. Just yellow. But as soon as there are black spots on the banana, I'm like, all iffy about it. They get too sweet when they do. So, who all lives in that house? Eris and Gus Valentine grew up here, and Solomon moved in a few years back. The creepy little kid in the vest? That sounds like the one, yeah? So, just 3 people live in that huge mansion? I bet a bunch of shady stuff happens all the time in a place like that. Probably some demon summoning and, what else? Demon summoning, yeah. Not really. The Valentines pretty much keep to themselves. Yeah, as I said, demon summoning. So it's empty and boring. Pretty much, yeah. What a waste. My mom says that it used to be way busier back before Sharper died for the fowl harvest. Okay, that's like the 5th time someone mentioned this fowl harvest thing. And you all use the same ominous tone. Eventually, you're going to explain to me how that harvest got all fouled up. But we can't keep my parents waiting anymore. This way. Most kids would have just ditched me by this point. Why are you still here? You look like you could use some help. You know what, Luca? You're not so bad. Let's get through this as simply as possible. Just eat, smile, and nod. Fun. Great. Whatever you do, don't bring up their work. I think I can handle that.
Beck took a long breath, then gave a firm nod.
Here goes nothing.
Chapter 4. Dinner with the Moodwills. Ilona Moodwill was worried about change. A gardener at heart, she understood the necessity of change, relied on it even. But there was a difference between the controlled world of her plants and this cluttered cottage in a strange town. Almost done. Nellie was a blur of activity, digging through boxes. Sorry, love. Couldn't find the dishes. We'll have to make do with paper plates. Dinner went by without much conversation. As she watched Beck and Luca finish up their pizza, Ilona let herself relax into the chair. The things she cared about were still here. Nellie finally had the job of her dreams. Beck was beginning to take root. Ilona's task was simply to tend to them. She could do that.
So, Luca, tell us a bit about yourself. Can I? Is it auto save? Seems like it. Alright. Social? What's social? Ah, that's social. Alright. I think I'm gonna leave it here. My throat is so dry. Having to read so many conversations. It is nice. It is a great story. I love it. I would love to just finish it in one go, but it's probably gonna take a while longer for us to reach that point. So, yeah. Gonna leave it here. And we'll learn more about Beck and her family tomorrow. I just wonder. Oh, sorry. There we go. How much longer the story will be? Or how the branching paths will have an effect? Because we, as the reader, in parentheses, air quotes, whatever, know all of the branching paths, but we need to have Luca learn about them, after all. I wonder how that's gonna play into it. How Luca is gonna learn all about it, since he's probably gonna be the one to figure it all out. Or help his gran. to stop the evil plans. I don't know. It feels like the grandma knows what's going on, as well as the diner lady and the shopkeeper. They seem to know what's going on, so yeah, I wonder. Oh well, we'll slowly unravel that. Hopefully not too quick. But yeah. Oh, almost time for Yakuza 8. Yay! We got this. All right. Before I keep rambling on, saying nonsense, I thank you for sticking around. I hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye bye.